Welcome back to go-to-views, and today we are looking at DEWALT's new plastic tuning cutter. It's tool only, and this is part number DCE180B. Now I just want to say off the bat that this video is going to be one shot, so we're not going to do any editing. So you're going to see exactly how the tool works in real time. We're not going to splice it. We're going to test the schedule that they claim the tool could cut. They say it can cut up to 2-inch schedule 80. We weren't able to get schedule 80 in 2-inch. It's a little difficult to get, so we got the second best thing, which is 1.5 inch schedule 80. So we're going to check all the different schedules. So the first thing we want to do is look at the tool. So let's take a closer look at the tool itself. Now the tool itself, according to DEWALT, weighs roughly about 5 pounds, and that's without the battery. So that's roughly 2.24 kilograms if you use that form of measurement. They say it cut up to 2 inches schedule 80, and it takes roughly about 3 seconds to do that, and it's a burr-free cut. They didn't say exactly how many cuts you can make with what battery size, so I'm going to use that for it, but they say you can get up to 400 cuts using this tool. So let's look at some of the features and what comes in the box. Now in the box, it says tool only, but you get a tool, so I'm going to show you that. So what you get no replacement blades. You just simply get the Allen key, which is mounted on the tool itself, so that you can remove the blade when you have to replace it eventually. Also, on the box itself is a chip ready track tool. So right here, it's chip ready, so you could actually track the tool. You just download the app, and I'll put that up on the screen, and you'll be able to track this tool and monitor the tool's performance. Now, how the tool works. Now, there are two functions basically. You have manual, and then you have automatic. Now, how manual works is that when you flick this switch here and press down, the battery. As I said, this video is not going to be cut. Right, so you have to switch the direction. So in this case, you switch it to open. You press, it opens, and then you have to switch back and press, and it closes. That is manual. Now automatic, once you put it in the right direction, it will open. Once you press the trigger, and when you press the trigger again, it will close and then reopen. So that's basically all the features this has. That's it. There's nothing else to look at. Now there is an area here so that you can mount it to your workpiece or to the work surface, and we'll demonstrate that at the end of the video. So now we're going to show you how it cuts through different schedules of pipe. And we're going to start with the thinnest schedule, and a 2-inch, 1 inch. Then we're going to cut 1/2 inch schedule 40. We're going to cut schedule 40 1.5 inch, and then finally we're going to cut the schedule 80, which is I think 3/16 thick. Yeah, so we're going to cut that. All right, so let's go. All right, so the cameraman could go on that side now. Let's mount it up. So we're going to start off by cutting. Well, if you look at, we had a video on this IQ vise, so you can check out that video on the IQ vise. Right, so right now we're putting on a 1/2 inch schedule, and we're going to put it on manual because I think that'll be the fastest. So we're going to make the first cut. And it cuts through relatively easy, right? So this is just an ordinary schedule pipe, and it cuts through very easy. So let's remove that and then try another schedule. So we're going to cut. This is usually used for drainage, so it's a more thinner pipe. So let's see how it handles that pipe. So nice, clamp it down, gonna open. Right, so let's go. So let's do, switch it over. Well, as you can see, if you come closer, cameraman, as you can see, if you cut thinner schedule pipe, it deforms. So I wouldn't recommend that you use this cutter for thinner schedule. So just cut it one more time to make sure. Let's go. Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend you use this tool to cut a thin schedule. Right, so that is one thing we learn about this tool. Right, so let's move on to something with a thicker schedule now. So we're looking at this is 1/2 inch PVC, schedule 40, and I think the PSI strength of this is 600. So we're gonna test this out and see how well it cuts, how cleanly. Said this is straight, no editing, nothing. All right, so we're going to cut the 1.5" schedule 40, and it cuts cleanly. It cut with no effort at all, and it did do it within 3 seconds. All right, so let's move on. Quick is the word. We're going now to the schedule 40 1.5". Now this could take up to 600. I think this is 630 psi. I think this could take. Right, so I'm gonna put this now. Right, this can take 350 psi. So ready? So we're gonna cut the 1.5". No, this is 1.5" schedule 40. Let's go. And I'll cut it quickly and cleanly. What do you think about it? Cut clean, Daddy? Like you say something? You find it cut?
That's alright, it's fine and clean.
I think it cut fast enough to.
Yeah.
So let's make one more cut. That's
No effort at all.
Yeah, so let me make one more cut.
Yeah.
Clean, no burrs. Yeah. And I think it performing good with the higher schedule. So let's go to the schedule. Well, as I said before, getting schedule 80 in 2 inches is very difficult. You have to kind of order it because it's not a commonly used form of pipe. But as you can see, this is the pipe itself here. And I think the thickness is 3/16. So we're gonna see how well it cuts and how long it takes to cut. So you ready? Let's go. And easy. It cut through the schedule 80 without any problem. We're gonna make one more cut. And that's it. So come closer and show me the cut. Clean, no burrs, and it cut very quickly. Yeah, so I think that's it. So let me wrap it up. Alright, so as I said before, oh no, almost finished, and I didn't do as I promised to do. We're gonna mount it to the table and see how it works under this condition. So we're gonna mount it, because this is another way you could use it. Anyhow, right, so it's mounted to the table, which is another way they recommend that you could use it. So if you're going to make gang cuts and you know you want to cut several pieces of material, this is a good way to use the tool. So we reverse, open, then easy. So let's cut the schedule 80 now. So it's really stable here, so you can get more accurate cuts. Which to me is the way I might probably use it. Yep, so that's it. The tools are locked in place here, so that is it. Everyone, this is a review of the new DEWALT pipe cutter or tube cutter, and to me it performed well. I have no issue with it. I think it's a very straightforward, simple tool. It does exactly what they say it is supposed to do, and yeah, that's it. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe to Go-To Reviews. I'm looking for more reviews, and also, as I said before, we have a review coming for MILC. We have one from Milwaukee. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so thanks for watching. Thanks again, Dad, for doing a good camera work. As I said, there's not going to be anything. What you see is what you get. Alright, so thanks for watching.
别墅里面唱 K， 水池里面饮龙鱼。